everyone, this is Dr. Mummy coming to you with another video. This is going to be the first video of a series of 3 from my cozy chair. And therefore, the title of this video is going to be Cozy Chair Conversation Side Hustle Number 1. And the side hustle that I want to talk a little bit about today is going to be adjunct professor at an online university, which is what I am. So I want to talk to you a little bit about that, and I'm going to round the video. I'm going to start off with what it is and how I acquired the position, and I'm going to, of course, round it off by talking about the financial aspects of the side hustle or the extra income. Now you're going to see me look down a little bit from time to time because I have notes and I do not want to miss anything. So yeah, that's why I'll be doing that. Okay, so this adjunct professor position is an online position that I have with the university. And basically, I do have a doctoral degree in instructional technology with an emphasis in online learning. So basically, I knew that I wanted to get my PhD very early on. And now, I did not acquire my PhD for the reasons that most people or some people acquire theirs for, which is to get a pay increase. I primarily got my PhD because I wanted to compete with myself and what society had out there as the highest level of education. So basically, I set out on a venture to see what all was needed to, get this degree, because at the time when I got the degree, I think I had only... How did that happen? I actually had, I had 2 children at the time, because my daughter, she was 2 and my son was 1. Now, by the time that I finished acquiring the degree, I had a 3rd child. So yeah, that's a video in itself about the process I actually went through to get this doctoral degree. But also, with the doctoral degree, mainly universities, they will, I know I want to teach at a university level, and most universities, their requirements are preferably a PhD. So normally they will look at the PhD candidates first, then they will look at their master candidates, and then they will look at the bachelor's candidates. So therefore, if you have, and they also have a preference of those that are in the education field. So if you have a degree in any of those areas, any of those degrees in education, you will probably be one of those that will be elected first and foremost before those other degree fields. Now, once I got my degree, like I said, I competed with myself, and I acquired the degree. So that was my first accomplishment. That's what I wanted to do first and foremost. The second thing, like I said, was I knew that I wanted to teach on the collegiate level, and therefore I am currently doing that. I've been teaching at this online college since 2010. Yeah, I got the degree in 2009 and I started teaching in 2010, so I've been there for 9 years. And the third reason, which was the one at the bottom of my little totem pole, was for a pay increase, naturally. And so being an adjunct professor, I do get income, so therefore my income did increase. And what I mean by that is I've always had my full-time job in the corporate world. I started there in 2000, so I had already been there 9 years, so that was like my bread and butter there. And therefore, when I became an adjunct professor, they indeed did pay me for my services. Therefore, my overall amount of my income did increase. Also, another thing is, let's jump right into the financial aspect of this side hustle or extra income. I don't want to make this video very long, but I do want to give you a few details as to how I actually utilize the income, which it's pretty much very boring, but I just still want you to know how I do this. Now, this income I do not use as a permanent part of my budget. And the reason why I don't do that, because I am an adjunct professor. Therefore, my students are not consistently in class. I teach about 7 doctoral mentoring classes. So therefore, the students are allowed to take parts of their doctoral classes where they may be working on their proposal, which consists of chapters 1, 2, and 3. After they complete their proposal, they are at liberty to go back and take a few more content classes. Then they can come back and work on chapters 4 and 5 of their dissertation. So it's kind of the dissertation stage is kind of broken up. So however the student and their mentor decide to structure their doctoral journey is between the advisor and the student. So therefore, I may have students in class, we have a limit of about 4 students. I think we can only have 4 students in class at one time. And I've had as many as 4 students in class at one time, all the way down to having 0 students in a class. Most of these doctoral classes are 8-week sessions. And basically what I am doing is I am the mentor who is actually walking the student through the process of writing their dissertation from start to finish. Also, I also do me and a committee of 2 other faculty members will conduct the oral defense for that student of their dissertation. So basically, like I said, there could be times when there are no students in class, and there can be times when I have a full load of 4 students. And we consider that a full load of 4 students because just think, if students can be at certain stages when they're different stages when they're writing their dissertation. I may have one student that's working on chapter 3. I may have one student that's working on chapters 4 and 5, so they could be at different stages. So basically, if I'm having a full load of 4 students in my class at one time, and I'm reading somewhere between 50 to 180 pages of text, that can become a little bit overwhelming for 4 students at a time. So that's the reason why the university caps it at 3 or 4 students in a class at one time. So that is pretty much why the income is inconsistent, because you never know at what stage you're going to get students. Sometimes I've asked students have asked me to be their mentor when they were starting chapter 4. They had already written chapters 1, 2, and 3 of their proposal. So it just depends and it varies. Therefore, the income is inconsistent. So since the income is inconsistent, I do not calculate it in my regular budget. Therefore, it becomes extra income. Which means that I do not need that income in order to function or run my household bills and debts and everything that I pay on a weekly basis. So the golden question, what do I do with the income? Actually, like I was telling you, it is a boring answer. And the answer is, it just goes right into an online savings account. I send it to an online savings account called Ally Bank. It doesn't yield a high percentage of interest. I think it's only about 2.20% right now, but that is money that I'm putting in a savings account that's growing slowly, and I'm fine with that because I don't need that money to help me operate my day-to-day or monthly budget. So now, if there's something that comes up that I may want to, purchase or buy or some other expense, I may pull a few $100s from that account here or there. But actually, since I've put the money away in the Ally Bank savings account, I haven't had to touch it. And that is what your aim needs to be for your side hustles. You actually want to be able to try and utilize them, which I'm trying to do, as savings accounts. That's another form of a savings account. Yes, I do have a 401k through my job. I have a pension through my regular job, but this money could be pretty much like some on hand money that you can get to very quickly if you need to. But at the same time, your focus needs to be, or my focus is, to make it a savings account. But like I said, if there is a big emergency or something I need the money for, sure, I'm not just gonna let it sit there and say, oh, okay, that's my savings account, I can't touch it because I'm saving it. I will go into that account and pull the money. But like I said, I haven't had to. It's growing slowly. It's not a lot of money in that account because I actually it's probably been about a little bit under a year, maybe about 6 to 8 months that I've decided to start doing that. Because I used to, with my side hustles and extra incomes, everything would just go into the one account. And I was like, let me start separating this, one, to see how much money I'm making a year, two, for tax purposes, and just to start disciplining myself to save more. So that is pretty much all that I have to say about this adjunct professor position. I'm looking over my notes to make sure that I didn't forget anything. Yeah, I did tell you that the income was inconsistent, and it's not needed. It's not a dependable income for me and my household. So I did go over that. Oh yeah, I did get a question from a YouTuber, Alicia, from Alicia Does Adulting. She asked me this question, and I decided that I wanted to answer it here. She said, what did you look for with online adjunct positions to see if it would be a good opportunity? So that's a great question, Alicia. Basically, what I looked for was convenience. I wanted these side hustles, these extra incomes, to be convenient. I wanted them to be stress-free. I wanted, it to be not necessarily easy income, but I didn't want to have to go above and beyond my corporate job, where it is very demanding because we have a lot of deadlines that we need to actually meet. And it's also in our I actually work in the aeronautical field, so it is demanding. I'll just say that and leave it at that. But I wanted these side hustles, and the extra incomes to be jobs or tasks or extra incomes that I didn't have to put forth a whole lot of effort into. So basically, I know one thing, the reason why I decided to go the online professor route is because I had small children. And I also knew that I wanted to, after being, away from home 11 hours a day, I wanted to be able to come home, but at the same time still make income. So basically, I can, with me being an adjunct professor online, I can actually be sitting at the beach grading papers, in the course room answering questions. So basically, I can kind of, wherever my computer can go, and there is some form of Wi-Fi where I can get on the internet, then I can be a professor there. So that is really a big advantage and a big benefit of being an adjunct professor or a professor in general in an online environment. What else did I look for? I actually applied to teach math courses. That was what I really wanted to do because I have an undergraduate degree in mathematics with an emphasis in computer science. So basically I applied for content positions in math and they didn't have anything available. So basically the doctoral studies department reached out to me letting me know what positions they had available, and I was able to choose from that. And so I thought, hey, you know, helping a student get through from the first stage of their dissertation all the way to the end of their dissertation where they're actually doing their oral defense and completing that process, I said that would probably be ideal for me because one, these students at this stage, as you know, Alicia, getting an advanced degree is expensive. So they're not playing around, okay? They are not lollygagging, joking around like, oh, okay, I got 20 or 30 or 40 different semesters that I can, you know, just party and then I can come back and make my grades up. No, they are at the very end of the doctoral journey. So they are serious. So, you know, I deal with those students and their ages. They're ranging from in their 20s all the way up to their 70s. And they are serious about getting this doctoral degree and getting this dissertation done. So that's another plus to be able to deal with serious students. So, and that's pretty much it. I wanted to be able to teach where I wanted to teach, meaning literally wherever I wanted to teach physically, and also to deal with those students who were very serious about their education. So that pretty much wraps up series 1 of this cozy chair conversation. And I would very much like it if you would like this video and also subscribe to my channel and just leave a comment so that we can have some more cozy chair conversations around this topic and side hustles. Leave me a comment below letting me know what some of your side hustles are or what you're interested in doing. And so I am going to end this video right now, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.